What's up, good people? We got another video. This video is about Chris Fedor of 92.3 The Fan pretty much making a fool out of himself on live radio talking about Shedeur Sanders. Now wait till you hear this. He made himself look real bad. He exposed himself for being a Shedeur hater, for him saying some of the stuff that he said on this particular video, and it's pretty much over the top, and it exposes himself about not knowing football at all. They really should take his credentials, man. But before we get into that, this is Reese Will Sports Talk. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell to let you know when I upload a video, and let's get into it.
Among the Cleveland Browns. If the Browns were to win this game at home.
So without further ado, let's listen to this hot garbage.
I am open to any idea that prevents me from watching Shedeur Sanders play quarterback on Sundays. I would rather poke myself in the eyeballs repeatedly than watch him try to play quarterback at the NFL level.
I think that's an insanely hot take.
It's not.
Yes.
He was statistically one of the worst quarterbacks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, and I think I've heard everyone pirate that take, and the truth is...
It's not pirating when it's actually true.
Yeah, but sorry, parroting it. There, that's a different one. Everyone has said it, and then you actually put on the tape. He really wasn't as bad as the stats say he was.
Yes, he was.
No,
he made
wasn't.
A couple of plays downfield with his arm.
Not a couple.
Every now and then he extended plays. He was terrible. He had more interceptions than touchdowns. He had a terrible EPA per play.
You cannot isolate a rookie quarterback's analytics from a completely broken situation, expecting a day 3 rookie to put up some efficient EPA metrics in a toxic system like it was last year. It's totally an impossible standard. The spreadsheet doesn't show him running for his life.
Terrible success rate, terrible completion percentage over expected. He was one of the worst players that played quarterback in the NFL last year. And the only reason why he looked good is because you were comparing him to Dylan Gabriel.
And you were comparing him to Joe Flacco, who struggled in the same offense, who looked worse. Looked as bad, if you want to go that way, in the same offense.
Has no feel for pressure. None whatsoever.
Disagree. I disagree with the no. I disagree with the
absolutes. Holds on to the ball too long. Tries to make the big play.
Did you see the offensive line he was playing with? Did you see the skill players he was playing with?
Always the offensive line. Always the...
The fact that a rookie was visibly more competitive and went 3 for 4 in his 7 starts compared to a high-priced veterans like Flacco, completely crumbled in the exact same offense under the exact same coach as Shedeur, and it was proof that he did just as good or better than them in comparison, and he pretty much kept them alive.
Always,
player.
Not always.
Never the
in
guy.
This one.
Never the guy, just not being good enough.
You literally said yesterday that it's the worst playmaker room in the NFL.
It is,
and that's what you're holding him accountable for.
No, not
you
at all.
couldn't elevate those guys.
I'm evaluating him, and that's the hard thing about a disastrous situation like the Browns, is that you evaluate each thing independent of the other stuff, which is difficult. Of course, it's difficult. But if you do that with Shedeur Sanders, you see one of the worst quarterbacks that you've ever seen.
And he was a 5th round.
You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth. If you admit that a team has the absolute worst playmaker room in football, and you killing a rookie for not elevating them to the postseason, it's completely hypocritical. Even legendary vets can't win without weapons.
One pick, and he would you cannot convince me that he was put in a good situation and that he didn't make hay.
I wouldn't say that he was.
That he didn't make hay compared to everything else. He also happened to be on teams that won games, going 3 and 4 in 7 games. That was more competitive than what Dylan or Joe did the previous 10 games.
That's the mark. be better than Dylan Gabriel and Joe Flacco?
Yes, in that scenario with a head coach that's about to get fired.
No,
yes.
It's how do you stack up to the other quarterbacks in the NFL? That's the question.
Name me another quarterback that would have been better last year in that. Name me like give me like a Baker
Mac
Mayfield.
Jones would have been better.
I don't think so at all
in that situation.
No, look at the last time Mac Jones was in that situation. It was the year before they drafted Drake May, and there's a reason they were able to draft Drake May. They were a 3-win team with Mac Jones that year.
Yes. And it wasn't all him. Team record.
This is where the take completely detaches from reality. Mac Jones completely tanked a New England team to a 3-win season. Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield both look statistically like bottom 5 quarterbacks when he was here early in their careers when they were trapped in terrible situations, yet they revived their careers later, calling Shedeur uniquely the worst in history is pure shock jock. It's all shock jock. They're just trying to get clicks.
Oh, wait. So now it's a team record?
I'm not saying anything about Shedeur. I'm talking about his performance. I'm not talking about what he did from a win-loss perspective. I'm not talking about all of those things that you're talking about. I'm talking about his performance. His performance specifically. That's it.
Wait, whose? Mac?
Shedeur's.
I'm sorry, I lost the plot there.
One of the worst that we've seen.
Yeah, I don't think that
I'm saying, independent of the other stuff.
I don't think that you can't.
Yes.
When you have an offensive line that is non-functional, you have the system that is non-functional. You have Jerry Jeudy moping on the sidelines and causing issues, and that's supposed to be your best wide receiver. And by that time, Quinshawn was hurt. I'm not
saying that he needed to elevate everything around him as a rookie.
This is the ultimate defense for Shedeur. Even the guy arguing against him accidentally lists a historic disaster area. If your number one veteran wide receiver is throwing tantrums on the sideline and your star running back is in the training room and the blocking is non-existent, what exactly was a rookie supposed to do? No quarterback, no rookie or veteran survives that environment.
Just evaluating his performance with those circumstances attached to it. And his performance was one of the worst quarterbacks that we've seen.
And I don't have a problem with you saying that. I have a problem with you saying I'd rather gouge things into my eyeballs than watch Shedeur play. I don't think that's fair to Shedeur or the situation or the fact that I think him having a offseason is big for him. I think the fact that they have improved every single thing around him, I think if this year it looks exactly the same, then you were right and I was wrong. I would be beyond.
The fact that he conceded that Cleveland improved every single thing around them over the offseason proves the original performance should have been evaluated fairly by rebuilding the entire infrastructure of the O-line. The Browns admitted that the team around Shedeur was unplayable.
Shocked if it looks exactly the same it did in the final 7 games of last year.
You can tell me any realistic quarterback option out there. And it doesn't mean that these options that you would come up with are great. But you can give me any realistic one. You can give me Mac Jones. You can give me any other one that you consider realistic. And I would say that that is a better option than watching Shedeur Sanders play quarterback for the Browns.
3 months ago, sorry, not even 3 months ago, like 6 weeks ago.
Kyler Murray would have been a better option.
Oh, and by the way, I agreed. I wanted Kyler here. But I think there's a difference of going to the degree that you're going to. I'm fine with having concerns about Shedeur.
I'm talking about how he performed as a rookie. That's all I'm saying.
And I think my thing is, I don't think everybody agrees. Like, I do think, you can still think he was bad last year, just not to the degree that I think you think he was bad last year.
Every stat will tell you.
I don't care about the stats.
Oh, that's convenient.
No.
Now you don't care about the stats, but when you were talking about Harold Fannin being a top 5 tight end, all you cared about were the stats.
In a 7-game sample size, at the end of the season, with all the things we just talked about, I am going to, oh, by the way, rookie 5th-round pick that shouldn't have seen the field last year, I'm going to throw those stats out if that's the only argument you have.
This is where the exposure of the fantasy football logic versus real football tape, box scores, scouts love to throw out comparisons and all that stuff, percentages and EPAs, but football dudes look at film. When you watch the tape, you see a kid showing incredible resilience, standing in the pocket under instant pressure and making plays when the script wasn't working anymore and it broke down. You can't just throw stats out there and evaluate a raw rookie in a broken system. And, you know, how can he show what he could do? You know, this is what we're dealing with here in Cleveland. It is amazing how these guys just totally argue in bad faith. I don't know if it's clickbait. I don't know if this is real, but you cannot be that crazy, and you just cannot be that delulu. So let me know what you guys think. Appreciate y'all, man. See you in the next video.